True Sports episode 101 is on. I'm Taylor Phillips. He's Louis Tenor. Dolphins and Eagles are getting down to the wire while the Rangers and Astros game 6 is getting down to the wire. The Dolphins have the football on the 26-yard line of Philadelphia going right to left. Eagles lead 20 to 24-17. And Tua Tagovailoa slips and falls. That's going to bring up second down about 13 or so. I don't know what happened there, but I think he play actioned it and just tried to go through a hole that he found, and he slipped.
Okay.
All right. 4-2 Rangers. Astros have the bases loaded.
Yeah.
2 out. Bottom 8. Singleton pops one up foul. Hitting 165 in the regular season.
That's pitiful.
Yeah. Leclerc is on the mound for the Rangers. 15 pitches thrown already.
165 is in the postseason. Okay.
Oh, the regular season. Swing and a miss, and Leclerc fans Singleton to end the 8th.
Good.
Rangers still lead 4-2. Dolphins have it 3rd and 8 from the Eagles' 24-yard line. They're trying to tie it up with a touchdown. Tagovailoa the snap, drops back, now throws it, intercepted inside the 5, and is tackled at the 17-yard line. I believe that's Darius Slay Jr.,
Yes.
a former Detroit Lion. Speaking of the Lions, they got crushed by the Ravens, 38-6. But you know what?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It pissed Dan Campbell off, but at the same time, he found a positive out of it. He says it helps his team refocus.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand that. Because I'm like, you got blasted 38-6. I'm like, how could anything come good out of that? But now
They just weren't ready.
Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll let Goffin and the offense off the hook. It just had a bad game.
Yeah, I'll say. Wow.
Yeah, that happens with every team. Every good team.
Yeah.
But my concern is with that secondary defense keeps relying way too many times on the pass rush.
Yes, it does.
And just stands around. It's been happening for so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at least my Red Wings won. At least my Red Wings won again. 6-2 over the Flames. Alex DeBrink with a hat trick. I got to put on my Red Wings jersey on real fast. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Right here. Okay.
That's great.
Oh, yeah. The Red Wings are 5-1-0. I mean, the Bruins are 4-0-0, still undefeated,
Yeah.
but the Red Wings have 2 more points than the Bruins have. Wow. The Red Wings have played 2 more games than the Bruins have.
Right.
That's true. But you know something? The Red Wings are definitely a team to watch. Maybe in the playoffs later on.
Love to see that.
Alex DeBrincat. Again, he is the ultimate key piece to the Red Wings offense. And they've been scoring goals. Joe Veleno got a goal tonight. That was his 3rd of the season. Ben Sherratt got an assist on Veleno's tip-in goal. Ben Sherratt has picked up 2 points in his last 3 games. It's not bad
Not at all.
for a defenseman who most Red Wing fans view as a liability from last year. But look what he's done thus far as of late. Almost every player on the Red Wings team has stepped up and they have kept stepping up, and I have a feeling they will continue to keep stepping up.
If the way it goes this year has so far, I think they certainly will.
Yeah, they just got to keep it up. That's it.
Yeah.
They win back-to-back games in Ottawa and at home against Calgary. They beat the Senators 5-2, and they beat the Flames 6-2. They outscored their last two opponents 11-4.
The Red Wings are back.
Yeah, I'm telling you. The Octopus is back too. Don't forget.
Right.
It has still been here, but even through those dark times, it has still been there. That's been part of the tradition.
I know. I've seen some of that.
I know their goal horn has changed, but still, the tradition lives on.
Yeah, nice to see one of the original six back in good shape.
Yeah, exactly. The Red Wings, the Bruins, but even the Blackhawks, even with Connor Bedard last night scoring his first NHL goal, still got crushed by the Stanley Cup champion Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah.
It's a lesson learned for the Blackhawks, but still, great start for the original six, especially the Red Wings and Bruins.
Yep. And the Rangers last night who won against Seattle.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yep.
Less than 10.5 to go. Eagles have it fourth down. It looks like, looks like the Dolphins just forced a 3-and-out and forced the Eagles a punt.
Good. Oh.
Kohu makes a key stop tackle right there. It's fourth and just one. 10:01 left to play, fourth quarter. And the Eagles call their first charge timeout.
Okay.
So both the Dolphins and Eagles each have 2 timeouts left. 3-2 pitch to Josh Jung from Montero, swing and a miss. Actually, it's not a swing and a miss. It's a foul tip off the glove of the catcher. It's still 3-2. Top 9, 4-2 Rangers. Bases empty, no out. Josh Jung is just leading off. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Tavares on deck. There's Bruce Bochy. Here's the 3-2. Outside, ball 4. The road team has won every single game in the ALCS thus far.
Yeah, how about that?
It just every time it happens, it's just a weird feeling.
Yeah. What was that about home advantage? Like, oh, if they got the home advantage, then they're gonna win. Not exactly.
Right.
Yeah, just a superstition.
Tavares takes strike 1. He's 1 for 3. Oh, yeah, on my Michigan Sports Truth podcast this Wednesday, Deshaun Blunt is going to be with myself and Ed Smith to preview the Pistons. There's a high chopper to second base, bobbled by Altuve. That's going to be an infield single.
Good.
This game is on FS1.
Yes.
Runners on first and second and nobody out. Yeah, Altuve gloved it well, but he just couldn't pick it out of his glove cleanly.
There we go.
Fox had better knock off FS1 had better knock off the stupid reaction angles.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It showed 2 freaking reaction angles in a row. It's really annoying.
It is.
Just about as annoying as Joe Davis's constant hissing, like a snake. And it sounds awful.
Is there a point to it, though, for showing those angles like that? Is there a point to it?
Well, you just got to listen.
Yeah.
Via audio, not... Yeah, Joe Davis is in the booth, so you can only listen.
Right.
Stanek warming up in the bullpen for the Astros. Want to notice Marcus Semien. Swing and a miss, 1-1. 96-mile-an-hour fastball right down the pipe. That was a four-seamer. Semion's 1 for 2 with 2 walks and a single. This ALCS, he's 4 for 23. Swing and a miss, 1-2. 97. Rangers are threatening here.
Yeah. So.
Swinging a foul. Four-seam fastball at 97. Still 1-2. That was off the mesh. The 1-2 high,
Yeah.
2-2.
Going here.
Semien waiting on the 2-2. Here it comes. Swinging a foul on a changeup, 91 into the seats. Still 2-2 on Semien. Let's check the Dolphins and Eagles in between pitches here. 2nd and 9 for the Philadelphia Eagles. How do they get that ball back?
Yeah.
Hurts in the shotgun, throws caught, but only a few yards gained.
Another one.
It's going to bring up 3rd and manageable here. Six and a half to go in the 4th. Both the Dolphins and Eagles, again, each have 2 timeouts left.
Yes. All right.
Hurts in the shotgun. Yeah, it's up the middle. It's going to be a yard short, and a flag is on the play. And Marcus Semien is going to hit a line drive to left field for a single, and that loads the bases. And the Astros make a pitching change. Meantime, Wilkins was offside.
Yep.
Yeah, Wilkins was offside. That gives the Eagles a fresh set of downs. It was 3rd and 4 previously when his hand was right on the line of scrimmage. You can't do that. The Eagles have not been penalized at all, while the Dolphins have been penalized 10 times. Now Hurts throws deep downfield. Got a man caught inside the 10. That's Brown. A.J. Brown.
AJ.
1st and goal, Eagles with under 5.5 to go. In the 4th quarter, the Eagles are looking to put this one away. Hurts had plenty of time behind his own pocket. Threw deep downfield in one-man coverage, and A.J. Brown managed to haul that one in.
Yeah. Yeah, goes. Oh boy.
Yeah. 1st and goal. Hand off to DeAndre Swift. He gets inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line. Check that. That's
Yeah.
That's number 14 of the Eagles. By the way, A.J. Brown, 5 straight games with 125 plus receiving yards. Wowzers. A.J. Brown is a really good wide receiver.
Yeah.
Under 5 minutes to go.
You're on the 2.
Yeah. Now it's 3rd and goal now after a 1-yard gain. No, that's still 2nd and goal. Eagles call a timeout. They placed it at the 2 already, not the 3. Oh, it's on the 3, not the 2. The 3.
Oh.
There's a handoff.
Okay.
Oh, spinorama move. Wow. And the Eagles score a touchdown. Looks like his name is Caldwell.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I think. Let's check that name. Yep, this game's pretty much decided.
Yeah.
Elliott on for the extra point. It's up and perfect.
Yeah. Oh dear. Uh-oh.
So, Gainwell, rather. Gainwell. Kenneth Gainwell, number 14. 4:46 left, 4th quarter, 31-7 Eagles. The Astros have made a pitching change previously. Now, one of the Rangers' base runners at first base. That's I think a pinch runner.
Yep.
Stanek on the mound. Bases loaded, nobody out. The Rangers look to break this thing wide open. Break Game 6 wide open here at the top of the ninth. Carter at bat. First pitch, inside corner for strike 1 at 98 on a 4-seam fastball, 0-1. Evan Carter is 1 for 2 with a single in the 8th, a run and a stolen base. 5 for 20 in the ALCS. No home runs, no RBIs. The 0-1 to Carter in the dirt. On a split finger, 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Adolis Garcia, who's 0 for 4, is on deck. Garcia must be due.
Yeah. Oof.
Swinging a foul the other way, the other way and out of play. 1-2 on Carter. Heaney is warming up in the Rangers bullpen, just in case. Swinging another foul. Up and out of play. Still 1-2 on Carter. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Big strikeout by Stanek. 1 out. Bases remain loaded. Now here comes Adolis Garcia.
Okay, maybe this can do some damage here. I hope.
A 7-pitch at bat. 4 strikeouts by Adolis Garcia, the golden sombrero, right?
Yeah.
Swing and a miss on a high heater 4-seam fastball at 97, 0-1. Stanek quickly gets the sign, goes to the stretch. The 0-1 to Garcia. Inside, ball 1, 1-1. Garcia waits on the 1-1. Swinging a drive to deep left field, and that's gone! A grand slam!
Yes!
It's 9-2 Texas.
Say goodnight, Houston. You're done.
Well, we got Game 7 coming. I still got Game 7 up.
Yeah,
the
we're not
Astros.
coming back from this.
I know. I mean, for this game, yeah, I know that. But man, that was a mammoth a mammoth line drive shot by Adolis Garcia. I told you it was due.
Yeah.
375 feet, 110 miles an hour exit velocity.
Yeah. Houston, you've got a problem. Big time now.
Especially on your own home diamond.
Yeah. And the home advantage curse continues.
No kidding.
I don't think I've ever called like this. Well, not in a long time anyway. That no team has won on their home field. It's been a while since it's going to happen.
Yeah. Jankowski has hit 263 in the regular season. 1-0. There's a drive. That's going to be 10-3. No, he made the catch. No, the catch is made by Kyle Tucker. Two out.
Yeah.
But this game is pretty much said and done now.
Let's see, did he have enough room?
Yeah, they're showing the grand slam by Garcia.
Yeah.
Bruce Bochy is loving that. I definitely don't blame him.
And so it's half the state of Texas, while the other half is not.
Yep. 1-0 on Heim. The 1-0 in the dirt. One hop to the plate. Oh yeah, Tucker. Oh man, he reached up and grabbed that thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was a gem of a defensive play.
Yeah.
Took that ball away from a fan. Heim swings and pops it up. Gets under it to fairly deep right field. And Tucker makes an easy can of corn catch. We head to the ninth.
Yeah.
Head to the bottom of the ninth.
That could seal the deal right here.
Yep. So the Dolphins have the ball first, 4th and 10 from their own 25, and now a whistle, and the play is blown dead. 3:20 left to play. The Eagles call a timeout. Their second charge timeout. Eagles lead 31-17. 3:23 left to. Game clock is reset to 3:23 left in the fourth quarter. The Dolphins still have it 4th and 10. Have the ball 4th and 10 from their own 25, moving right to left. So tomorrow night at 10:30 we will cover Game 6 of the NLCS between the Phillies and the Astros. The home team has won every game except Game 5 in that series.
Bit of a role reversal.
Almost, yeah. Almost a total Uno reverse card.
Yeah. American League can't win on home field.
Pass broken up, incomplete. Eagles take over on downs. Dolphins have 0 timeouts left. The Eagles can wind down the clock with 3:17 left to play in the fourth quarter.
Yes, might as well.
Yep. Michigan, as we covered, destroyed Michigan State 49-0 last night. The Wolverines get a bye week this upcoming weekend.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they keep plowing over easy teams in the Big Ten, especially.
Yeah.
But that's why Georgia is still ranked number 1. They had the idle week.
Right.
Yeah. The bye week is in the NFL. The idle week is in college football.
Yes. I remember Michigan State used to be a lot better though.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice job.
The third Grand Slam in Rangers postseason history.
Hmm.
Adolis Garcia. And now Andrew Heaney will try to close up shop here for the Rangers. 4 1/3 innings in the postseason, 2 starts, 6 hits, 4 earned runs. Um, here's a hot grounder to short. Throw it to first. 1 up, 1 down. Make it 4 2/3. 1 strikeout, 2 walks. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So Dusty Bacon can only look on here. 1 up, 1 down. Jose Altuve, 2 for 4. Another ground ball. This one to third or short, whatever. Throw it to first. 2 up, 2 down. Throw it to low. Seager, that is, the shortstop. And just like that, the Rangers are just 1 out away from forcing a game 7.
All right. Somebody just quoted on here, the Eagles are the new Patriots. I don't know if I go that far.
They got a. Yeah, the Chiefs are the new Patriots.
Pretty much.
Yeah, at least the Packers lost to the Broncos. Like the Broncos, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Broncos won 19-17. So the Lions
Yeah.
still have a 2.5 game lead in the NFC North. Here's a slow grounder to Heaney. Tossed to first, and game 6 is in the books.
We got game 7.
Rangers win 9-2. So
Yeah.
it looks like. Oh man, the Eagles just snuck another one in. Oh wait, that's a game recap. I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah, the Eagles have been doing multiple tush pushes.
Mm.
Or shove plays, rather. 4 of 4 on QB shove plays. That's why the Eagles are a smart team,
Yes.
just like the Chiefs. 2nd and 13 Eagles. Here's DeAndre Swift. Look at him go.
Yeah.
10-5. Oh, man. Yeah, it looks like DeAndre Swift just capped that off. Put a little extra icing on the cake in terms of yardage and time. Very close to the 5, probably at the 6. The Eagles are going to use that 2-minute warning and then tape 3 knees, and that'll be all she wrote.
Yeah.
So,
Just like so.
So the Eagles are going to win it by the score of 31-17. 103 rushing yards to 45 for Miami. 103 for Philadelphia. So, yep, Eagles win it 31-17. The rest is yours, Lou, with your true sports report. Go ahead.
You got it. Thanks a lot, Taylor. All right. So we'll start off slow with the NHL here because only 2 games on the schedule tonight. Right now, actually, they both gone final. I take that back. The Red Wings over the Flames 6-2, and the Bruins now 5-0 on the year beat the Ducks 3-1. 5-0. Hey, but remember last year though they were off to a hot start. They got the most points and most wins in regular season history, but collapsed in the playoffs. Let's hope it's not going to be a repeat of that, folks. I hope not. And on the schedule tomorrow, it's a light day in the schedule for the NHL as the Montreal Canadiens, aka the Habs, take on the Buffalo Sabres. Tuesday will be a bigger night, I promise. Unusual start times too. I'll explain it tomorrow night though. Okay, so those of you just tuning in the baseball playoffs, what looked like was going to be a close game in game 6 because it was only 4-2 at the going into the 8th inning. The Rangers poured it on and made it 9-2 thanks to a grand slam. Evaldi got the win and Valdez got the loss. So for tomorrow, the schedule goes like this. The D-backs will take on the Phillies at 5:07. That's on TBS. And the Rangers face the Astros. Game 7 tomorrow, 8:03. It's Game 6, rather, for the D-backs and Phillies. So this should be a very interesting night. Game 7. Huh, you gotta love that. Oh, yeah. All right, so now on to the NFL. And we had a duty stick. With 1:31 to go in the fourth, the Eagles, pretty much have this wrapped up, 31-17. Jalen Hurts has 279 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Swift had 62 rushing carries, 62 yards on 15 carries. A.J. Brown, 137 receiving yards and a touchdown. All the rest are final. As the Bears, that's right, the Bears, they beat the Raiders 30-12. Bagnet had 162 passing yards and a touchdown. Foreman had 89 rushing yards, 16 carries, and 2 touchdowns. And Adams had 57 receiving yards. This was a good game. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to see this one, but the Browns just edged the Colts, right for this, guys, 39-38. Minshew had 305 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Taylor had 75 rushing yards and 18 carries and a touchdown. Downs had 125 receiving yards and a touchdown. Now that's a game. I can't believe this happened, though. The Patriots came away with the victory over the Bills, 29-25. Sorry, Diane. Jones had 272 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Cook had 56 rushing yards on 13 carries, and Kincaid had 75 receiving yards. This one went lower than I expected, but that's how it turned out as the Giants beat the Commanders, or what do they call themselves these days, 14-7. Taylor had Tyrod Taylor, 207 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley, 77 rushing yards on 21 carries. And Walter had 98 receiving yards on 1 touchdown. The Dirty Birds over the Bucks, 16-13. Mayfield had 275 passing yards, 1 interception, 1 touchdown. Aguilar had 59 rushing yards on 21 carries, and Evans had 82 receiving yards and a touchdown. The devil was that? Ravens over the Lions, 38-6. Lamar Jackson had 357 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Wow. Gibbs had 68 rushing yards on 1 touchdown, 11 carries, and Brown had 102 receiving yards. Looks like Brown can do something after all. Oh, boy. The Steelers over the Rams, 24-17. Matthew Stafford had 231 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Freeman had 66 rushing yards on 12 carries, and Nakuna, 154 receiving yards. Not bad. Seahawks over the Cardinals, 20-10. Smith, that's Geno Smith. Oh, great. 219 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Where were you when the Jets needed you? Walker, 105 rushing yards on 26 carries. And Smith, Najibah, 63 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. Broncos over the Packers. That's right, I said Broncos over the Packers, 19-17. Wilson had 194 passing yards, 1 touchdown. Williams had 82 rushing yards on 15 carries, and Sutton, 76 receiving yards and a touchdown. And finally, the Chiefs over the Chargers, 31-17. Yep. Patrick Mahomes, what a day. 424 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Kelly had 75 rushing yards on 7 carries and a touchdown. And Travis Kelce, 179 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. And no reports of Taylor Swift anywhere. Oh, sorry, I just had to do that. Okay, moving on to the news items of the day. All right. San Antonio Spurs center Zach Collins has agreed to a 2-year deal worth $35 million. That's told by Mark Barlstein of Priority Sports, as he told ESPN. Collins' deal secures him through at least the 2025-26 season and completes a remarkable comeback after missing the last 2 seasons with several ankle injuries. Collins is finally showing the good health needed to fulfill the promise of his early career. He played in 11 games in the 2019-2020 season, but missed all of the 2020-2021 season while going under multiple surgeries. Not a good sign there, folks. He signed with the Spurs after the 2021 season and made his debut in the midseason of 2022 and played all of last season. His performance started to feel like his old self again. He was selected 10th overall in the 2017 draft. Collins' extension, which comes 1 year with 1 year left on his current deal, begins to deliver an outline to the supporting cast. San Antonio is determined to assemble around top overall draft pick Victor Wembanyama. Collins joins guards Devin Vassell and Trey Jones in searching for off-season extensions with the Spurs. Yeah. Grizzlies center Steven Adams is not going to play this season as he will undergo surgery PCL in his right knee. The Grizzlies announced that yesterday. Adams has not played a regular season game since January when he suffered the injury, and the Grizzlies said that a non-operative rehab did not solve the problem. The Grizzlies did say, though, he is expected to make a full recovery and be ready for next season. Adams did play in 2 preseason games for the Grizzlies and scored 10 rebounds with 9 points in 27 minutes. The Grizzlies, though, are already short-handed as guard Ja Morant is serving 25-game suspension for flashing a handgun on social media for the second time in 3 months. Stupid. And power forward Brandon Clark is out with an Achilles tendon. Boy. Adams was only expected to miss 3 to 5 weeks when he was first injured, as he was diving for a loose ball in a game against the Suns, but that extended into the rest of the 2022-23 season. Adams, though, is under contract through next season after he signed a 2-year, $25 million extension during training camp last season. Since he's joined the Grizzlies in 2021, he has averaged 10.5 rebounds and 7.5 points per game. Overall, not bad. Bruins forward Jake DeBursk sat out last night's win over the Kings as he was late to a team meeting. Bruins coach Jim Montgomery made the announcement after the morning skate, adding that for Patrick Brown Jr. Will replace him. Brown had 1 shot and 4 hits in the win. So what could Brown do for them? Not much. The Bruins were 4-0 at the time of this report. Now it's 5-0. Here we go again, folks. Edmonton Oilers star player Connor McDavid was injured in an overtime loss to the Winnipeg Jets last night. Ouch. McDavid's last shift in the game came with 4:20 left in the third. He could be seen reaching for his side during a rush up the ice. McDavid's final shifts were at 33 and 34 seconds, respectively, for a player that averages 56 seconds per shift. McDavid remained on the bench during overtime, leaving the Oilers without last season's MVP. Jets center Mark Shifley scored at 3 minutes and 53 seconds into overtime to complete a rally by the Jets, and the Oilers now drop to 1-3-1 on the season, or not counting the shootout, 1-4. Oilers head coach Jay Woodcroft said after the game that he has not spoken to team trainers about McDavid and is expected to have more news about his injury later. They didn't say how much later, but they said later. It did not appear to be anything serious, more to be more muscular than anything, said Woodcroft. McDavid is second on the Oilers with 8 points in 5 games, including 2 goals. They could have used him in overtime. McDavid is second in the NHL over the last 5 seasons with 8 goals in the extra session. For the Oilers, the loss to the Jets is a troubling start for a team that was one among the preseason favorites to win the Stanley Cup. I never trust his publications anyway. The Oilers had a 2-0 lead in the first period by goals by defenseman Darnell Nurse and Evan Bouchard. Both were assisted by McDaniel, only to lose it in overtime. Talk about a tough break. The NHL suspended Calgary Flames forward defenseman Ramos Anderson for 4 games without pay for charging Blue Jackets center Patrick Lalane. Anderson will lose about $95,000 in pay, and the money will go toward the Emergency Assistance Fund. In the video explaining the reason for the suspension that was announced yesterday, the NHL said the force of the hit during Friday night and the fact that the game was out of reach at the time combined to elevate this hit to the level of supplemental discipline. The hit occurred with 5 seconds left in a 3-1 loss to the Blue Jackets. Anderson was assessed with a major penalty and a game misconduct for elbowing during the game. 5 seconds left. You couldn't wait. You couldn't hold it in for just 5 more seconds? Sheesh. The Nuggets forward/center, Zeke Nagy, agreed to a 4-year, $32 million deal. His agent Adam Pensack of Pensack Sports told ESPN. He named after himself. How interesting. The deal includes a player option in the 4th year of the deal, said by Pensack. Nagy, who lands his rookie scale contract extension as part of the 2020 draft class extension, is expected to play a more prominent role in the defending champions lineup this season. He was selected 20th overall, averaging 5.2 points per game, along with 2.6 rebounds in 13.7 minutes of playing time. That includes shooting 56% from the field. More than half. Okay. All right. Let's see if I missed anything on this page. And I did not. Okay. So continue on with the next page. And here we go. See if I clear up this junk. All right. So here we go here. The Phillies need just one more win now against the D-backs tomorrow. Game 6 is scheduled at Citizens Bank Park tomorrow, where they're a perfect 6-0 in the postseason. So that's a good advantage right there. I think we're in a good position, said starter Zach Wheeler, said after last night's win, but we can't think too much ahead. We had to play the game tomorrow and get back to Philly, where we love to play. Philly slugger Bryce Harper got things started in the first inning. Then in the 6th, he hit a massive 440-foot home run. He joined Randy Arozarena as the only players in the postseason history to hit a home run and steal home in the same game. Now that's interesting. The steal by Harper came after Kyle Schwarber had already crossed the plate. D-back starter Zach Gallen was more careful in the opening game than he was in Game 1, as both Schwarber and Harper homered off him. This time, Schwarber got to first on an infield single before Harper had singled him to second. Bryson Slott's single brought Schwarber home. That put runners on first and third with JT Realmuto at the plate. That's when Harper really got things going. I knew he was going to go, said Slott. Harper. It's the postseason, and Galen is really good over there, and you don't know how many chances you're going to get. D-back catcher Gabriel Moreno threw down to second as Harper took off for home. Shortstop Pedro Perdomo, shorthop, who was barreled by Harper at the plate. Ugh. Baseball play, Harper said. A big collision at the plate. I was making sure he was okay. In the way he went down. I was making sure that he was stable. I never want those moments, but it's just to get us in a good position and he able to get up in that position. Moreno stayed in the game after he was checked by the D-backs training staff. Galen kept the balls in the park until the 6th when Schwarber crushed a home run, traveling 461 feet into the air. 2 batters later, Harper crushed on a home run that traveled 441 feet in the air, and Realmuto finished it off with a home run in the 7th. And look where we are now. Okay. The NFL has threatened to hand down more significant punishments to players or teams involved in fights both before or during games. In a memo obtained by ESPN, the NFL told its teams that fighting is not tolerated. with the league's values as never acceptable. The memo sent out on Wednesday to top executives and its head coaches to all 32 teams and reiterated the league's warm-up rules and outlined potential discipline. Any players or clubs who fight before or during the game are subject to an ejection, a suspension, and a possible fine. That, according to the memo. Any team whose players or personnel that are involved in the fight could potentially lose a draft pick and or could face a fine. The NFL also said that teams whose players or personnel join any existing fight could be potentially subject to more significant accountability measures. 2 games last weekend, the 49ers versus the Browns and the Cowboys versus the Chargers, were marred by pre-game fights. The NFL said no players were disciplined as a result of either fight, but emphasized that it needs to enforce more policies going forward. The league also said their football operations staff will monitor their team's activities before and during their warm-up periods, where teams are required to stay in their designated areas inside their own 45-yard line. Cracking down. All signs point to 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey. Well, he did to play against the Vikings for tomorrow, source told ESPN. McCaffrey is officially says questionable for the game after he suffered an oblique injury in last week's loss to the Browns. The 2-time Pro Bowler returned to practice yesterday as a limited participant after missing 2 previous workouts, and said afterwards he feels great. Earlier this week, though, McCaffrey told Coach Kyle Shanahan to game plan as though he will be there, even though he hasn't practiced all week. Mac looking to extend his streak of consecutive games that includes playoffs with a touchdown to 16 games, which will place him second all time. Only Lenny Moore has done more than that. All right. Packers running back Aaron Jones was expected to play today against the Broncos. Jones was listed as questionable because of a hamstring injury that plagued the Pro Bowler since the season opener. Wow. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur said on Friday that Jones, who was listed as limited in all 3 practices last week, looked good but stopped short of declaring him ready to play against the Broncos. Jones was late scratch from the Packers' loss in Week 5 to the Raiders after being limited in the previous week against the Lions. He did gain 127 yards from scrimmage and 2 touchdowns in their Week 1 victory over the Rams, but since then has only played in 1 of the Packers' last 4 games. Officials wiped off Cooper DeJean's punt return touchdown that gave Iowa a late 4th quarter lead last night against Minnesota because DeJean gave an invalid fair catch signal by waving his left arm. Okay. Nothing like good controversy. DeJean fielding a Minnesota bouncing putt on the Iowa 46-yard line and raised 54 yards to the end zone to put Iowa up by 4 with under 90 seconds to play in the 4th. But after review of the play, officials ruled the play dead. Iowa's Deacon Hill threw an interception 3 passes later, and Minnesota beat Iowa for the first time in 9 years. Took you a while. The receiver made a pointing gesture with his right hand and makes multiple wave gestures with his left. Referee Tim O'Day told a pool reporter, the waving motion of the left hand signaled an invalid fair catch, so then the receiving team recovers the ball. By rule, the play is dead. That is a reviewable element of the game. We let the play run out and went to review. The review shows with indisputable video evidence that there was a waving motion with the left hand. That's when the rules apply. That's where the rules apply. O'Day said while returners are allowed to punt towards the ball, any waving motion renders the play dead. O'Day consulted with the onside official and collaborative replay used by power conferences and headquartered in Pittsburgh to make the ruling. Iowa coach Kurt Francis said the ruling was a tough one and noted that fair catch procedures are reviewed by officials before every game. I think I had one other note here, but sometimes it seems to be disappearing. So just give me a second here on that. Because I was writing something earlier and it just seemed to have disappeared. I don't know how that happens, but very strange. Yeah, I had something here. As I know, the Phillies are going to be playing a game. That's going to be a very important game though. Tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a must-win for the Diamondbacks too.
Yep. I'll be honest. I did not give them a lot of hope. Going into this series. I didn't think I'd make it this far. But hey, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
It's called competition.
Yes. Yeah, I know. But sometimes you just don't, But then again, you can't always listen to the columnists and the sports experts and whatnot. Everybody makes their own predictions, and I should have been, more, aware of that. Can't always listen to those so-called experts because they're not always right. Okay, well, I think I seem to be done with my articles, so I'll just turn back over to you.
All right, so that's episode 101 of True Sports. We'll be back for episode 102 tomorrow night at 10:30 when we do live coverage of the Philadelphia Phillies and the Arizona Diamondbacks from Citizens Bank Park on TBS, as seen on TBS.
Yes.
Can't wait for that one. I'm going to be stoked on this one.
Oh yeah.
So until tomorrow night, remember that stay true, and remember, believe it or not, it's True Sports. Ta-ta.
You got it. Good night, folks.